I bet when you think of cartels, you don't think of honey cartels. You think of narcos. But yeah, there's a maple syrup cartel. Eh? Yeah, it's Canadian. Yeah, so back in the 1960s, all the maple syrup producers in Quebec, Canada joined together to rule the maple syrup. And then the rest of the maple syrup producers joined the other maple syrup producers to create the maple syrup producers to rule them all. Yeah, but back in 2011 to 2012, 9,571 barrels of maple syrup worth $18.7 million, $24.1 million in those fake-ass Canadian dollars, were stolen. Okay, and how they did it was actually so simple, like a cartoon villain simple, but like kind of awesome. So the maple syrup was stored in these white barrels, right? But they were only inspected like once a year. So the criminals siphoned out the maple syrup and replaced it with water. Yes, they replaced it with water. And then they rolled on down to us tricky Yanks in Vermont and sold it in really small quantities so nobody would realize it was the stolen maple syrup. Genius. Except they all got caught. In December of 2012, 17 men were arrested in connection to the maple syrup heist. By the way, this was like the biggest heist in Canadian history, and I think it still is. 5 people went to prison, including Richard Valieres. Bro, I took Spanish in high school. I can't speak French. Yeah, Rich. Well, he was the ringleader, all right? So he got like 8 years in prison. And initially a $9.4 million fine, but the Canadian judges ruled that that was like a crime because, not really a crime, but it was like wrong because that's too much money for anybody to pay. So they lowered it to $1 million. And yeah, goddamn maple syrup, bro. Good night, my precious.